It's Saturday night. It's just gone 8 p.m. and you are live on Facebook and YouTube, joining the SPTV family. Welcome, everyone. I know this is not the time of night that you expect to see Nick on your screens, but we have got a treat lined up for you tonight. We are connecting not just with the world of spirit, but with Canada too. We are going to be joined in a few moments by the wonderful, wonderful Soul Compass Paranormal Investigation Group, all the way over in Canada. It's already a truly international feat, a truly international show. So everyone at home, please do not forget to like, to share, to send in your messages. Tell us what your name is and where you're from. Let's see where everybody is. But of course, a big welcome to everyone watching for tonight's really, really special show. And I really, really look forward to joining you all on this adventure of magic, of mystery, and of investigation, of wonder. I have to say, I have to be honest, this is the very, very first paranormal investigation that I have been in any way associated with or involved in. So if you have never seen one before, you're not alone. I'm with you. And together we can ask the questions of our wonderful guests who have prepared this wonderful setup of cameras, this wonderful setup of equipment to do an investigation into a very, very special location, which I'm not going to reveal yet. But of course, we all like to know who's here and who's at home and who's watching. And so say hello. Once again, be reminded, tell us your name and where you come from. And let's get started and see who's about before we go and see who's about in Canada. Mystery, mystery, and intrigue. And it's really, really exciting. And I do hope you all have a really, really wonderful night. I'm going to be your mouthpiece and your voice. I will be speaking to the team all the way over in Canada, passing on your questions, your thoughts, but most importantly, your observations. If you see something, make a note in the comment. Let us know you've seen something so I can tell the team so that they can see and move and focus where you see information, facts, movement, shadows, lights, and action. This is something of a really exciting show, and I know you're all going to have a wonderful time. So let's see. We have got the wonderful Richard in the background as ever, steering the ship, the good ship SPTV, streaming out to Facebook and YouTube. I did. My pronunciation's all right tonight, Richard. It's only soft drink in the glass. It might be a Saturday night, but I'm a good boy, I am. So of course you can see that me and Richard are together on a Saturday night. That's never a good thing for you guys, or it might well be for upliftment and entertainment purposes, of course. And so let's see, with Richard steering the ship and posting your comments so that I can see them. Let's see who's about and who wants to say hello tonight. I can see the comment window, starting off, of course, with the lovely Terry Louise. Good evening, Nick, Soul Compass team, and Richard. We are joined by Christine Davis, and this is what I love about this lot, you know, the family SPTV. Not saying good evening to us. Christine Davis is saying good evening to everyone in the chat. I love you all. Good evening to Dawny Walden. Hi, Dawny. Welcome along. It's again unusual to see you at this time of night. Daryl Golby, hi all. Hi, Daryl. Nice to see you, mate. Good of you to join us. This is going to be fabulous. Pauline Spencer giving us a wave all the way there. Hi, Pauline. Don't forget, everybody, let us know where you are and whereabouts in the world you are so we can share it, because the Soul Compass team want to know where you are as well. Jean Spears, hi, everybody. Good to see you, Jean. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Helen Mansell, hello and good evening. Hello and good evening to you, Helen. Nice to see you, darling. And I love the purple hearts, by the way, as always. Now it wouldn't be a night without Kazza in the house. Kazza is here with her Christmas tree. Kazza is watching all the way from Bonnie, Scotland. And Linda Brown, hello, mother. Hello to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. and it's Eunice yes. Eunice and I have spoken today. Eunice is really looking forward to this, so it's exciting time. So welcome along, Eunice. And Cassie, hi from Canada. So we're already very local. So hi, Kathy. And Cindy Ryan is from the USA. Good evening, USA, or good morning or afternoon, depending on what it may well be. Julie Boyd is watching from Canada. Nicola Collins says hi. Welcome along. Good to see you. And we are also joined by Teresa Charles. I hope I pronounced that right for you, darling. If not, tell me off. Hello to you and welcome to the show. Siobhan O'Rourke in Ireland. Hi, Siobhan. Welcome along. Good to see you again, doll. And it is an international feel tonight, as we are joined, of course, by Peggy Schaefer in Greenville, Pennsylvania. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so wonderful to be joined by everybody here tonight. Now, if we were to say hello to absolutely everybody, we wouldn't get any work done, and that would not be good, and you'd all tell me off. So we're not going to do that, but I will say hello, everyone we haven't mentioned. And of course, if you notice something throughout the night, you have a question or a comment, remember, you lead me, not the other way around. If you have a question or comment throughout the evening, pop it in the comments and I will read them out for you. I will be your voice all the way over there at this wonderful investigation. But let's get the ball rolling first, shall we? By welcoming and introducing the team that is Soul Compass, the team that is going to be your friends tonight. Here they come. Welcome along, Soul Compass. Hello.
Hi, guys. It's
welcome,
so
welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are. And then after that, we can talk about where you actually are.
Certainly. Want to start now?
Yeah, so I'm Melanie Powers, and yeah, we're in New Brunswick, Canada. We are at an undisclosed location tonight, so we're excited to be here with you guys. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
And my name is Kathy Cusack, and yeah, super excited to be joining you guys from all around the world. Soul's Compass, really, this is what we live for. We love to speak with spirit. We love to communicate and hear their story and, show the evidence. And yeah, we have so much fun together.
I'm Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, my name's Adrian.
Hello, Adrian.
And of course, we have the wonderful Jay. He's our tech guy, so he's sort of behind the scenes a little bit this evening. So yeah, just super excited to be here with you.
Now, for everyone at home, Jay is pretty much our Richard. He'll be the one behind we have got a roving camera set up with you guys, and Jay will be the one roving. So he is actually able to flip the screen. So everyone at home, you might get a glimpse. It won't be as rare as a Richard visitation, but it is so brilliant to have you all online with us tonight, and we are just so looking forward to it. So, what is it that we are actually going to be doing tonight? Talk to me like I've never been to one of these things before.
Certainly. So this is really an experiment tonight, Nick, of course, because we've never done this internationally before, so we're excited to see how this is all going to operate. We do know that Spirit enjoys playing around with electronics and batteries and stuff, so we've already asked them to behave themselves a little bit tonight. So we're at an undisclosed, thank you, location, such as Melanie said, here in New Brunswick, Canada. That's on the East Coast. We've been to this dwelling a few times, and it is so active, we thought that maybe you guys would like to see it. So when we go into a location, myself and Melanie, we are full-time mediums. So, that's a big part about what we do. We have everybody else on the team is extremely sensitive. So what we're going to be doing tonight is going into different rooms in this home and, you know, seeing if they'll interact with us on our little trigger objects, speaking with us, speaking through us mediums. Plus, we have a portal that has been made by Jay that we would like to share with everyone as well. Shelley, would you like to talk about the history of the home?
This home, the structure that's here now, I tried to find out exactly how old it was, but it's like 30 years old. It was, however, built on the original structure. So there was a fire at some point. The basement of this building still has burnt timbers from the original structure, and the original land grant was back in the late 1800s. So that's the history of the building. We have history as a team here as well. So basically we have spoke to quite a few spirits have come through here. One story that we did find out, and I love to research, so when we talk to a spirit, typically afterwards I will go dig out any research I can to find out anything about them. So one spirit that came through here in the past, his name was George. George was a gentleman who lived in the area, who murdered a woman named Millie. She has come through as well. And he was the first person hung in Woodstock, I believe. Another person that has come through is there was a English soldier that lived on this farm and worked on this farm. His name was Thomas Holland. He was murdered by 6 locals. Not only did they murder him, he was bludgeoned and it was very violent, his murder. And the last time we did an investigation here, there was a young girl who was coming through. Her name was Elsbeth, and not 100% sure on her story. She is looking for her baby, is basically what we've concluded. And Kathy, we believe, one time we were doing an investigation here, and it was the bedroom upstairs. Kathy saw Elsbeth. We believe that's who she saw. And she spoke to Kathy as well. And she asked Kathy to come back. So it is kind of why we're at this location.
Excellent, excellent. There's been a lot of comments coming in, a lot of wows, oh my goshes, and this is awesome. Cindy says this is awesome. A lot of oh dears, because obviously there's a lot of activity and a lot of history. Of course, you mentioned that the actual building that you're in at the moment is younger than the original site. What was the original site going back through history when all of these things happened?
It would have been a farm originally. This would have been all farmland. And then prior to this being like a single dwelling, it was set up as a hospice. There was also outbuildings built here. It's right on the railroad that goes across Canada, this property. So they would rent out these outbuildings, which really they're big enough for a cot. That's about as big. There's still one standing. It's pretty rough, but those outbuildings were rented out to people who worked on the railroad, and they would sleep in those and stay the night there. For the last 20 years, this has been like a family dwelling.
How do the family feel living in a place like that?
Well, when we've spoken with the family, they're actually quite intrigued. That's why they had us come here in the first place. The first time that we came here, we actually went out to a barn, which is right here on the property. And as soon as we walked in, I said, there's somebody hanging here. Like, you could see that there was a noose. You know, I was becoming very aware of that. We found out, it was after that we had found out about this gentleman, George, that was hanged. So he was kind of the star of the show that evening. And it doesn't scare them really. There's a lot of different activity, lots of knocks, lots of, you know, they see a lot of orbs, they see a lot of, just a lot of different movement, but they seem to embrace it.
Brilliant, brilliant. I think fear is the one thing that can often be used to dramatize such an event, but fear is something that also prevents the work from happening. So if we can be upbeat and open and interested and intrigued without allowing that fear to take over, it can be something of a real adventure. For everyone at home who is commenting, we're not actually giving out messages tonight. This is a special investigation of an pardon? Well, this is a good point. I've just been corrected by Richard. It's not the standard form of show where the possibility is you will be getting a message every few minutes. You might get something from the house, you never know. But we're not actually giving out the standard show kind of messages tonight. This is a special investigation. And these wonderful, wonderful people from Soul Compass are here to lead that investigation. For everyone watching and looking at the screens that we've got, are all of the screens up now, Richard? Yeah, all of the screens up. So what you've got in front of you, my friends, at home, so that you can have a brief explanation, and I'm sure you guys will chip in with anything specific and why you've chosen these locations in particular. We've got the loft, which is where that big triangle shaped roof is. That gives it away that it's a loft. You've then got a living space, you've got a bedroom, and then you've got JCam. The one that's in portrait mode is a roving camera. It's on a gimbal. Jay's the one behind it. He's the Canadian Richard. He's going to be roving around. There he is. Look, come and say hi. There's Jay. He will, when he's on the move, he will be able to hear me. So therefore, he will hear you. And therefore, you've got all of the different views. And we've been talking when we were setting up about cat balls. Now, Richard knew exactly what you were talking about. I'd like to talk about them in a moment. But first off, I've got a question from the lovely Sherry Ann, all the way from France. What is the difference between what mediums working in circles, developments, and on shows get, and a paranormal investigation? What, if any, difference is there?
Well, there's no difference. There's no difference. We're all using our sensitivities. It's just taking that work and kind of putting it out in the field. That's how we see it. Because one of the mandates of Soul's Compass is that we allow spirit to use their voice. Because maybe when they pass, they actually have their voice taken from them. So there's so many moments of healing. Just as mediums, we understand that mediumship is about healing not only those that are here, but those that have passed over and their souls are in a different understanding now. So yeah, there's no difference.
Bravo, thank you. Wonderful answer. You've already won me over 1,000%. If you hadn't have already done so when we were talking earlier. But right? Okay, so. Excellent, and I totally agree, by the way. What are these cat balls that we've been talking about that I've seen you bashing and...
So that's a cat ball. And when we set them down, once the cat ball turns off, it will acknowledge movement or touch, and then we will know if we're not around it and we're not touching it, and it goes off like that, it's acknowledgement that there is energy around that ball, that it's been touched. So
it's like a motion sensor type of thing.
That's right. Yeah.
Fabulous.
I wanted to go back to something too. I think we talked about earlier, just with the homeowners in this house, they have been doing renovations to the house and they have seen some shadow figures. And I don't know if the shadow figures are spirit or everybody has a different opinion on that. But I think there's been some activity in the house with the homeowners changing, the rooms and the locations of things, and I think that's heightened the activation in this house. So if you're viewers or you see anything, please let us know, because we've been trying to capture them. We would love to capture a shadow figure tonight.
Fabulous. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. So for everyone at home, because I believe everyone in Canada heard this, but everyone at home didn't. We are having some internal technical issues with the loft cam. It is broadcasting as a blank screen. It is actually coming into StreamYard. Sorry, I do apologise. Into Skype. I know. Wash my mouth out with soap and enamel nitrate. It is coming into Skype. But it isn't actually transmitting. It's not anything going on in the house. It's not spirit there and playing with it, because I can see what's going on. But we are having a slight issue with that. We'll see what we can do later on. And for everyone at home, because obviously there's always a time difference, we can see the sun gradually sinking down that back wall in the living room there, in that living space. You're getting quite close to dusk, you said before we started, aren't you?
Yes.
So what time actually is it for you?
It is 4:24.
4:24 in the afternoon. So it is coming up to that point where it will shift into the early evening and the light will start dimming. Of course, things do tend to change. I don't know about your guys when you're out doing your mediumship and your investigations. The world does seem to feel a little bit different spiritually when the sunlight starts to disappear, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, definitely. It just gives a whole different feeling to it.
Absolutely. It's a shame that nobody can see the loft cam right. We're gonna have a go at reconnecting the loft cam, because it's a really shame everyone at home can't see it, because I've just seen a line of 14 clowns come out of that back cover, do a high kick and then go back in. If only it had been broadcasting right now. If only, eh? But no, thank you guys so much. Is there anything you'd like to tell everyone at home about what it is that you do that we haven't covered yet?
Well, I do have to just say, I know that you're saying it's not a spirit playing with that, but that's right where I saw that apparition, right in that area that night. So it's funny that it is kind of acting up a little bit, but you know, we go to a lot of different places. This is a private home, but we go to historical sites, and you know, we love going out in the woods. And I always say, you know, the best time that we have is running around on Saturday night out in the woods, kind of chasing stuff or letting things come to us or whatever it is. So there are moments that we have come across things that have set the hairs on the back of our neck up high. Absolutely. So we seem to run into a lot of different types of things.
Fabulous. How long have you guys been doing this?
Almost 3 years together as this team, but we were with another group previous. So, but you know, I've been working in mediumship for almost 10 years, and Mel is pretty much the same amount of time. So we started doing this work in a different way, and it just sort of shifted to where we felt led and where we needed to go with it.
Brilliant. And of course, we do, even though you're all the way over in Canada, we have been talking about familiar mutual locations. You've been to the Arthur Findlay College, haven't you?
That's right.
Yeah. Because I'm only half an hour down the road from that, so you know it's a very local location to me, and I know most people in this way of life have at least heard of it, if not paid it a visit. So it is really a small world, and I think being able to do this kind of proves it even more. So I'm really excited. So how do you want to begin?
Go upstairs.
We're just discussing, just 1 second here.
You guys talk amongst yourselves, and I'll talk to everyone at home. So keep your comments and your questions coming in. Keep having the conversation with each other, because I do love to see what you're all talking about. But of course, also, okay. Also, don't forget to comment and see what's going on. I've just realised something. It probably was from your end, because the loft cam has just flashed. I think the image was frozen because I've just seen Jay walking through the living. Home one Toffelmeyer is the lock. That one literally just flashed. So I'm assuming it could possibly be that the image had frozen, and that's why we weren't getting anything coming through the stream. Jay's obviously been up there and shut it down and start off. I actually haven't seen him on that camera yet. So here we are. We are back up and running, and everyone should now be able to see that loft. If you're at home watching, please comment, let us know. It should be back up and running now. And it's on the screen now. So that one that disappeared, yeah, that someone walking was Jay. So please don't panic. I'm sure he has his moments, but he's very much in the physical world and very much not a haunting person. So don't be scared by the spirit person that just came attacking the cameras. That was Jay. You can expect to see him. Don't panic. Keep calm and carry on. So, guys, have you decided how you want to start us off?
Yeah, so we're going to head upstairs. There is a master room upstairs in the same area where the loft is. It's where there's been lots of activity. We also, we're going to be just kind of sitting in that energy, seeing what comes, inviting spirit to come forward, to touch the equipment. We're also going to be using a spirit box so that your viewers at home can hear if we can hear anything. So sometimes those spirit boxes, sometimes it is garbled, right? And I mean, that is what happens. Lots of times, though, we've had very intelligent conversations with spirit through that box. So we're going to encourage them to do that. And we also would love for the viewers to tell us, what are you feeling in that room? Are you seeing anything? Like, really be interactive with us just as much as we are here in the vicinity.
Excellent, marvelous. Well, you've got a lot of Canada followers watching tonight. Can we go back to the lady from Ontario, Richard? Because I just want to share that comment, because I think this is lovely, and I think it's an absolutely lovely comment that deserves a mention, and I totally agree. Kim Morgan Turner, Ontario, Canada here. Love that Canada is being showcased tonight. What a wonderful, wonderful comment. And I totally agree. I've got a medium friend who lives in Canada. We've had him on. All cameras are on. Yeah, all cameras are on. So we are good to go. But yeah, I think it's wonderful. So it's over to you guys. I will ask the questions as they come in. I will make the comments. Remember, everyone at home, if you see something, say so. What are you feeling? You did say you're going to the master bedroom first, didn't you?
Yes, that's right.
So for everyone at home, that is the slightly darker screen. The reason the curtains are drawn is just to lower the light before the sunset comes, because that has been, from what you were saying earlier, has been known to be slightly active when the sun starts to go down. So you're just letting them think that the sun's setting an hour early by drawing those curtains down, so we can get some activity kick-started there. But yes, it is over to you, absolutely, unless there's anything else you'd like to share before we start.
No, it's great. We're going to take our equipment. We're going to set it up. We didn't want to set things up ahead of time. We wanted the viewers to be able to see how we're going to set stuff up. So you're right with us from the beginning.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Let's watch.
That master bedroom was the bedroom that the homeowners had just refinished. So they're working on that bedroom, and that's where the shadow figures, I think, are coming in to see what's going on there. So that's a great place to start. So
definitely agree. Wonderful. Right. So everyone at home, we are going to be watching the setup of the equipment, and this is something that the team were very, very specific about. Now, as you can see, Jay is going to mute the kitchen camera, because that's another room that's going to be watched. I will be in direct conversing with Jay through the handy cam. So I'll be able to pass your messages on to Jay because he's got his earphones on. But what we're going to do is watch everyone at home. For everyone here at home, we're going to watch this team of wonderful people set up their equipment. And I think that that is a wonderful, wonderful thing, because what it means is we can watch how it's done, how it works, what equipment's being used, how it's going to be used. Look, there they come. There was a cat ball in the hand there, new term that I've learned tonight. And so here's Jay. He's just checking the camera in here and has just unmuted. So everyone in the room should be able to hear us now. Can you hear us?
No, they cannot.
They cannot. But Jay can hear me. So that's, we can hear them. That's excellent. So if everyone wants to talk through what it is that you're actually going to be doing right now, what equipment is being used.
Okay, so what we have here, we have, I can't remember what this is called.
K2.
Yeah, that's a K2. So we asked Spirit to come over, and it will actually pick up the electromagnetic fields. So then it will go from green to red. So when we ask yes or no questions, it actually works very well in that. And then we're just setting up some cat balls around the room. So we'll just turn them on, and we'll just leave them as touch objects.
Excellent. Excellent.
I'll put that one there.
So your electromagnetic reader that goes from green to red is kind of like what we would know as Egon Spengler's PK meter.
And then we're going to put one that's right by the door, because when I was here that evening, right there in that doorway is where the apparition was. So if it goes off, we'll make sure to let you guys know.
Fabulous, fabulous. And the wonderful thing about the cat balls is even if we can't actually see them, we'll see the light flashing. So keep your eyes peeled.
The temperature changes in the room if there's any energy that comes in. Sometimes, well, you know, as a medium, you become cold sometimes when you get energy that comes close to you. So the temperature does get measured on that K2.
Fabulous.
Who has the spirit box?
Shelly does.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we also like to use our recorder. We like to pick up its EVP, electrical voice phenomenon. And sometimes we don't hear it, right, with our own ears. But because of the sensitivity of this recorder, we'll actually pick up things sort of beyond our understanding of our own ears. We've picked up lots of different growls, all kinds of different stuff. So we always like to have that going so that we can go back later on and take a look at it, listen to it.
Fantastic.
Do you want to sit for a bit before we turn the spirit box on?
Yeah, we're going to sit for a few moments.
Pretty dark.
It is dark. Yep.
Very dark. So for everyone at home, obviously you've got two screens that you can watch. That's what's going on right now. You've got, there's a ball going off there.
So yeah, that would be good.
I might need help up.
We've got
Okay.
it. All right. We'll just let that cat ball. So we understand there's a cat ball on the floor. There's no movement near it. The bed as well behind us has cat balls on it. Yeah.
We have a K2 on the floor and a K2 on the bed as well.
Fabulous.
So we're just going to sit here and build the energy for a few moments.
Excellent. And everyone at home, send out your thoughts. Send out your thoughts and tune in,
And
see if you pick anything.
If they see behind any of us, let us know. Because we do welcome spirit to touch us while we're sitting here.
You're going to say it is very, very dark. So at the moment, no one at home can really see much other than a slight crack of light underneath the curtain. That for everyone at home is so if the cat balls go off, you'll be aware of it whilst they're just starting everything off. But you have got two screens that you can watch.
Your spirit box on?
Screen,
We can have.
and you've got the moving.
So what we'd like to do is just to allow spirit to come through the spirit box first. We do have names that we will call upon, but we're going to let them come through first to see if they actually provide a name for us, and then we can work with that. But we do have a lot of unfinished answers. Unfinished questions, answers to questions. And the last investigation.
Whoa.
That's me.
That's you. Okay. All right.
I'm just turning the headboard on so we can have a little.
Are the viewers able to hear the spirit box? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who is with us here tonight in spirit? Please come through. Give us your name. Now, secondly, I feel like there's a woman by the name of Caitlin. I don't know if you guys have any information on it, Caitlin or Katie.
There hasn't been, that name's not come through in the past, but
Shown me as like a small
Hello.
child.
No, that Caitlin actually feels like Catherine. Caitlin is a derivative of Catherine, and then they call them Kate.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it Gaelic?
Gaelic, yeah.
That was their Irish history for this?
this is all predominantly settled by Irish people. This whole area could be Irish.
I'm feeling like a Caitlin, like a younger energy, like a younger girl.
So everyone at home is commenting that they can see the red
Who's this?
apple.
Sorry, what was that?
Everyone can see a glow, obviously, where your handy cam is pointing at. Is that one of the cat balls, or is that something else?
So there's a single cat ball in the middle of the mattress. That's the dot that you see. The
Gotcha.
ambient headboard is just an ambient light.
Right. Okay. So everyone, the red light behind the headboard is cat. Okay. Lovely. That's the cat ball that's just moved on the screen there.
And actually, that is a K2 that they just moved. I couldn't see it.
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
my back.
That's the cat. That's the K2, not the cat. Yeah. So Richard is just trying to improve the lighting on the screen so people can see more at home.
Let us know that you're here.
And just to let the viewers know as well, sometimes Spirit will come really close to Kathy, and she can actually, sometimes she goes into a trance, and sometimes it actually makes her physically sick. So just not to shock any of the viewers if Kathy starts to display signs of nausea.
There's a gentleman, I can feel him, I can see him right here beside me. Makes me very aware of him. He's kind of a cranky fella, but he tells me that he's drinking. I can smell alcohol on his breath, and I would ask that you come forward. Don't be shy. Tell us about you. You just heard him laugh. Yeah, he's definitely gives me almost like a feeling of like mischief. Like he's a bit of a smart arse, really, is what I'd like to call him. Yeah. Can you come forward and tell us about yourself?
Can you tell us your name?
It was French or something.
We do get a lot of French around here. It's very French in this province.
The gentleman that Kathy feels, can you please come in and tell us your name or light up the light to acknowledge that you're here with us so we can show the viewers that you're here.
The female that has come through before, Elsbeth, is her name. Shelley, during your research, have you found out who Elsbeth's father is? Because that's who this gentleman feels like.
I did know it. What I did get though, when Elspeth came and talked to me, she basically said she came to this home with her father, and it was a bunch of men and they were playing cards. And something very traumatic happened to her while she was here. It's basically what came through. So I would imagine a bunch of men sitting around playing cards probably were drinking. I do know George was drinking as well, Kathy, on the night that he shot Millie.
Okay. This gentleman is giving me the name of like Arnie or Arnold. And I know that he's connected to Elspeth. This very much feels like her dad. He's not a very kind fella either. He gives me like a gruff sort of feel. Can you come forward a little bit closer, please? It's very standoffish.
You know, with that gruff feel, I get like smells. Can you smell something from him? Like I'm physically.
Oh, I can smell booze.
Yeah.
Like alcohol. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Catherine.
Is he Catherine?
Dirty.
It sounded like that.
Catherine.
So for everyone at home, that was the spirit box that just made a noise there. So keep a listen out for that. And for the questions that I've seen so far about seeing a shadow by the curtain, that is where one of the team is stood.
Same word. Catwood? Catherwood? Catherwood? Is there like a common name around the area? No.
Not that I'm aware of.
If I might, Jay, one of the viewers at home did say that they were picking up the name of Edward for a man.
Just like show me almost like his arm, he's a bit of an intimidating gentleman, to be honest with you. Yeah.
One of our viewers indicated they were feeling Edward for a gentleman.
And then you ended the word with wood, so I wondered if there might be a connection.
Sir Edward here? Is that who's talking to Kathy? Elspeth, are you here? You had asked to speak to Kathy. Could you tell us what your father's name is?
I think that's stage fright.
He's a, like I said, like I just keep getting this intimidating sort of feel by him. I don't feel like he's gonna be someone he'll show himself on the peripheral, but he would not come in. So doesn't surprise me that he's not speaking.
So Elsbeth, you had some unfinished business when you were here with Kathy. Is there anything that you want to talk to Kathy about tonight? Can you light up one of the lights, Elsbeth, to let us know that you're here with us?
You can trust us.
Just to let you know, Jay, one of our viewers has been
If anyone else can hear that, but it's that gentleman that's just, it feels like he's shocked. It's like he's just, there's an intimidation kind of feel about him. Yeah.
I'm not hearing you when you're talking, Nick.
So there was Christine Davis at home has said that she's been picking up Kate pretty much since you started. That would be in connection with the young lady that was mentioned earlier, and you did mention Cat Wood as well. So there is a Kate there as well. Did you mention that there is a Kate or a Kate or a Catherine that you deal with in that property?
So one of our viewers has indicated they're feeling or hearing a Kate, which you guys have kind of
We were already, Mel had heard the name Kate or Katie. Yeah.
Caitlin. And we do have a Kate on our team as well.
Yeah.
Sweet, thank you.
Catherine, was it I got?
You had Caitlin, and Caitlin is a derivative of Catherine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she felt like a young girl as soon as I sat down, like just right in my space.
Keep encouraging her.
Yeah. I'll keep bringing her in.
Look,
Is your name Kate or Caitlin? Can you tell us?
Caitlin, can you come and touch this light I have in my hand to let me know that you're here? Could you bring that right up to the red, please, for us?
It's a child.
That's
That was
a
a
child's
child's
voice. for
Come on
sure.
in. Come on in and touch this light for us, please.
It's moving.
Could the gentleman back up for just a moment, please? We just want to talk to the young child. It's a safe place. There's some toys on the bed behind me you can touch. There's a toy in front of us that you can touch. Just let us know what you have us.
Oh, stomach hurts.
And
Any motion behind us, Jay? Nothing? You okay, Kathleen?
Nick,
Good.
That to say Nick?
Yep.
Oh, Nick,
Hello.
they're talking to you, buddy.
Hello.
I can see you.
Hello there.
Nick is
Welcome.
on the screen for sure.
Welcome to
Is there a message that
SPTV.
you want to pass to Nick?
But
He said, welcome to SPTV. And we got a little bit of a blip on the,
SPTV.
I don't feel that gentleman near me now.
Mel,
yes, you just take the day off.
why don't you just take the
Take
day
the day
He
off?
off.
said that with a British accent.
Just take
I
the
would
day
love
off.
to.
We just take the day off. And then-
I would love to.
Yes, I,
Love it.
Somebody likes you.
showcase, I'm done.
That's awesome.
Can any of the viewers decipher what they just heard? It's a message from Nick.
Just, obviously, he needs a day off.
That was a clear sentence. Just take the day off.
Yeah, we all do that. Say Richard always needs a day off after spending an evening with me.
Okay.
Can you please come and touch this box in my hand and make the lights go up to red? We know you're here. What are you getting, Kathy?
Just movement beside me.
Courage. Interesting. November.
November. We are in November. Do you know what year it is?
What year is it?
Aliens.
Do you have any idea?
I'm not sure. Southwest Spring. Didn't just barely hit
Just a thing.
it.
Did he say just a thing?
Just a faint.
Just a faint.
Just a faint.
Just the
There's movement right here. Come on, come forward.
Oh, I think you've just been told to leave that by the sounds of it.
Come forward. Come on. Come on.
Something about hospice just came through.
Hospice.
I don't know if it said, is this a hospice, or, but I heard the word hospice.
Afterwards, I heard in the hand.
Did you live here in this hospice? Were you sick?
Up against the.
Couldn't sleep. Maybe.
I'm
Definitely somebody with a British accent. There was lots of people from the UK and surrounding that came here to New Brunswick years and years ago.
Well, Thomas Holland was also from England. Thomas Holland is the one that was murdered on this property by I think it was 6 gentlemen.
See if it's Thomas.
Thomas, is that you?
No.
No, don't be.
It's not.
Yeah.
Please.
Did you hear that right after it's not? It sounded like he said, don't beat. And it was a very distressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we understand that Thomas was beaten to death here on the property,
In the field.
in the field.
Yeah, he was buried in a very shallow grave, and then once they, and this is all in court documents, so once they, a bunch of people came forward, and they dug him up out of that shallow grave, and then it's not in the court documents where
His grave is.
where they buried him after that. I can't find, other than that whole court,
It's right here.
It's right here.
it's right
It's
here.
right here.
That British man,
It's right here.
the same voice,
Yeah.
the same voice every time.
It's gotten much chattier now.
Thomas, is that you?
Such a look.
You're such a love. That's a proper British.
Such a love is what Nick heard.
Yeah, it sounds
Just like.
Oh, I'm not repeating that one.
Well, we're certainly here to show you lots of love.
Yeah, we have so much love to give, and we're just here to help you, to give you a
Whoa.
Have the homeowners felt any?
Are you a medium?
Yeah.
Yes, we are mediums. Are you?
So.
Same. Oops.
Thomas Holland, are you buried
That's right.
right here on this property that we're sitting on right now?
Yes, that was a yes.
Thank you, Thomas. Did you do what they accused you of doing?
There was no accusation. The court documents basically say he was bludgeoned and castrated. So there's speculation if he was castrated that they feel maybe he was with somebody's daughter, and not necessarily, nothing says that it was a traumatic event. He may have just gotten someone pregnant, or it's really unknown. First Estes session we did on this property was over in the farm. And there was a space on the property where the owners had indicated when they bought the house, there was a bottom part of a tombstone, like the part that the stone actually sits on. I'm not sure what you call that. And that there were planted, like perennials, not wildflowers, that were all planted around it. And they had wind chimes in a tree above it. That Estes session we did that night, which was with a lady from the US, she had been talking about the tree, which this was under a tree, this area. And she kept saying, I can hear chimes or bells.
What was that?
Someone who was, did you?
What I just heard, Jay, was someone coming through, and we've just had a comment.
Someone who was.
That you can hear 2 different male voices coming through. So could it be that they're actually answering that message before?
So there's 2 voices that people have heard coming through. And sorry, I didn't catch the first part, Nick.
Yes. So the last I heard was something about coming through. So I was wondering, is it possible for them to answer the question before I've read it out?
So is it possible for the spirit box to answer a question before it gets presented in the chat?
Absolutely. Your spirit is ahead of us. They already know. Absolutely.
There's your answer, Nick.
There's your answer, everybody. So yeah,
We were
I
in
can't
an
remember.
attic once in a villa down in Kansas, very, very haunted villa. And I couldn't see who was coming through the live. And Spirit Box said, "Hi, Jen." And I said, "Who's Jen?" And Kathy said, "Jen is somebody who's watching."
Slip it back.
And they just said hi. So we answered Jen. It's incredible what Spirit can do.
Thank you, Clara.
Thomas, you're making us know that your body is here. Is there anything that you need?
And the 70s.
Anything that you're looking for from us?
And the power of it.
Harold?
I thought I heard Harold. Was there a gentleman named Harold who heard you? Thomas?
Yeah, I think that was it. Yes.
Thomas, did they put your head under the water down here?
The big of the small. Small.
Said the same thing in two different voices, the end of that sentence, but
I can't make it out.
Thomas, the water. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Thomas. He was making me very aware that they could held his head. Just so the viewers know, there's a big river right in behind this place.
Many means of travel in that day. Like the railroad was going right there. There was a ferry that took you across the river here, right, like where the driveway is of this house. There was a ferry there that crossed the river. That is not there now, but.
A delayed.
A delay.
sounded like I told you that.
I know the feeling, Terry. Terry has just said she's feeling a bit uneasy. There are some people seeing some movement by the banister. There's a lot of people not liking the lot.
Did they arrest all the people that took your life?
So there are a lot of activity out by the banister in the loft
Yeah.
that the viewers are seeing or feeling.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is right outside this room for the viewers' information.
My head. Do you want us to take a walk out and see if we can capture anything?
For everybody at home who didn't quite catch that, the closed door on the right-hand side in the loft
Kathy has felt
is
it.
actually
There's a door behind Kathy the viewers can't see, and Kathy has felt them right behind her. The other side of that door is that banister.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Who's outside the door where that the viewers can see?
Elspeth, that's
Elspeth.
I'm Elspeth is what I heard. I'm Elspeth.
Elspeth.
Okay, there's definitely energy in this room now.
Yeah. I'm just goosebumps from toes to the top of my head.
so one at
Elspeth, is that
home.
you?
The closed door on the right-hand side is actually the door to the room where the guys are in right now. So if you are seeing any shadowing or activity, it is that side of the building that they're in right now. So that's not beyond the realms of possibility and bleed through. That they have just said that Elspeth said she's outside, so it is all
And I feel
connected.
it's really interesting, just
Everyone's seeing lights moving, they're being picked up with them.
and all of a sudden, Thomas seems to be taking the lead here, where the last couple times we investigated here, it was, well, that just said Elspeth again. It was Elspeth.
Okay, so we have
There's your
Thomas
information
and
at home.
Elspeth.
That's out.
Energy. It feels with us tonight.
Jennifer Allen has just said the hair on the back of my neck is
So
up.
Thomas,
A
we're
big
really
change.
sorry that they did that to you.
The hair is a big
Are
up
you
on the back
okay?
of my neck. It's nothing to do with the
Well,
energy.
right where your now in your soul's progression.
Guys, Julie Caswell has just commented, and I think this is a really, really good and valid comment. Every time the girl speaks, it sounds like the man is stopping her from talking, and he's told me to shut up a few
Every
times.
time the little girl speaks, the man interrupts or stops her.
Yes. And that's what I said at the beginning, for the men to go away and leave the little girl to come in, because she doesn't feel like she has a voice. And she's trying.
The evening that Elspeth came to me and stood right there in that doorway, she says, "This happens here all the time. Don't worry about it." And as we get to know Elspeth more and more, and we start to understand a bit more of her story, she was really trying to tell us kind of what had happened to her. That this drinking, this man that smelled like alcohol, there's something going on there.
So abuse, sexual abuse perhaps, or something bad.
Is that correct?
That's absolutely.
Wow.
That would be why, if there's men here, that they wouldn't want her
Yeah.
coming.
Thank you, Elspeth. Thank you.
Jennifer Allen has said, yes, it's like it's good acting her, but it sounds like she's
Good.
giving as good as she gets.
No, not really. So, Elspeth, keep coming forward here.
Talk about.
What do you want to talk about, dear? We're here to talk to you.
I just made me want to cry.
Oh.
Elspeth, what would you like to talk about?
Yeah. So can everybody hear you, Richard, or is it just me still? Yeah. Just me. So Richard has just asked, can any, there are people at home
It almost
that are,
sounded like she was struggling, for
Yeah.
those of you who couldn't hear her.
I'll try my best.
So if I put my hand up, can you guys just quiet down for seconds so we can interact with you?
Yeah.
And we don't want to miss anything. This is the thing. We're just working out hand signals so that I can talk to you guys at home and talk to everyone in Canada as well. Richard has just asked me if I'm picking up anything. The honest thing is, this is really new to me, and I'm taking an interest. I'm not picking up anything yet because I haven't linked in, because I have a past with this kind of event where I haven't been to one, but I have been involved with something similar, and so I very much close down and protect myself until I feel comfortable to open up. To everyone at home who is feeling a little bit uneasy, I did read a couple of comments. Close yourself down and protect yourself and watch until you feel comfortable opening up to spirit once you've seen what's going on, because I always make sure that if I'm in a situation where I'm not sure what's going to happen, I will protect myself first and warm in later, and I know that I've got plenty of time to. Sambi has just said, is that spirit in the top corner? Sees it's really black. I think, because which top corner would it be? If it's in the loft, I think that's a shadow from a cupboard. And if it's in the living room, I think there's a bigger, wider area up there. I can't really see too much other than the light, the ambient light behind the bed in the bedroom. But can you guys pick anything up? At home? Yeah, keep your comments coming in and I can feed it over to Jay. Sorry, Jay, I'll let you guys carry on there.
All right, so
We're good.
carry on, ladies.
Definitely feel a lot of emotion. I don't know if you guys do. Like I could cry.
When she spoke,
That's me.
oh gosh, okay. When she spoke, it did feel very emotional to me as well. Elspeth, we're still here. We just really want to get some closure for you. If there's anything you would like us to know, would you please let us know? And most importantly, are you okay? Radio silence.
That's fine,
Mm-hmm.
because it was very,
Very chatty.
I almost feel like I can hear someone walking outside of here.
and that's right out to the loft area.
Are
If
they
you were
s-
seeing anything in the loft area.
People have seen things in the loft area. Everyone has said that Elsbeth answered that Elsbeth is out there. Perhaps that's where she's going to take her stand.
So everyone has really seen the energy in the loft. And when asked, Elsbeth came through and said it's her.
Mm-hmm.
So they're wondering if that might be where she's kind of making her stand.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So it's still light out there, but we can go out.
It's not too light.
No, it's pretty good.
It's,
No, you can probably transit a little
Yeah,
bit.
so we're gonna move out
See if
into the
we can-
loft. See what you guys are seeing and feeling. Okay?
They're calling her Elizabeth. Christine, it's Elsbeth, but it's a very similar sounding name. And it's very the same,
That would be quite the
same thing. It's kind of like Jack or John. So Elizabeth, Elsbeth, it's the same sort of thing. Right, so we are going through. So they're just coming through the master bedroom camera there, and he's just muted that. So they are all muted as we speak right now as they start. And there we go. The loft.
So they were feeling energy in this vicinity.
Yes.
So I can hear you speaking.
Bannister.
So
I
I
can-
have some equipment here that you can touch to let us know that you're still here, that the energy still is strong in this area.
But guys, I've just got to tell you that the image has frozen again in the loft because I can see.
Can somebody let us know the name of the people who were wandering around here, the spirits?
We are
Are you
only
getting the
getting
audio from it next?
Yeah, we're getting the audio coming through the loft camera, but it's still quite bright in there. And it's not, it's a still image basically. So all we're getting is literally through JCam. So they've been playing with the camera again.
Can you come up the stairs? We're not gonna hurt you at all. Come on up.
Almost like when we walked out, it went, they're down there. Tell the viewers to watch the living room area now. Just in case.
Yeah, the main loft cam is
The
frozen.
lots in my chest.
I'm good. You went up the stairs. You can talk into the box and you can touch the machine and see something. I just saw something right there. Yeah, about halfway up the stairs. Just take a quick little flash. Well, something caught my eye to look, but I didn't see anything. It just that in my peripheral vision. Yeah. So who's with us up here tonight? Elizabeth, you still with us? Bess, is there something going on in there?
No, I was just asking if we could turn the light on in there so the viewers at home could see things happening in the room that we're not in right now.
No objection, Nick?
We still have a frozen screen on the loft camera. We can literally only see that smaller image on your roving
Come on,
camera.
honey. And I wanna call.
Yeah. So we're actually broadcasting the Handycam full screen because we're only getting the sound through the set camera for the loft. Now we're hearing nothing. So while we're just waiting, Jay's just thank you, Jay.
I just unmuted. We lost the loft camera system again.
Yeah, lovely. So yeah, we Richard's
Spirit at its finest.
Gonna say they do love a bit of tech, don't they? Richard has put the panorama. So I'm trying to link in now, and my mind's going blank. Richard has put the portrait camera, so everyone can see it a bit clearer. But
are you able to hear though?
We were hearing, but we can hear obviously you now, but we can't hear the team.
Can't hear the team, yeah. Which makes it challenging. You just a sec. Let me see if I can restart that loft cam again. Or is that going to be too much work on the backside?
I think that would be quite useful because I think everyone's enjoying listening.
Yeah.
Certainly, I'm enjoying listening to the Spirit Box.
Let me pull my headset off, and we'll go full live on this. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, but they can't. Nobody else can.
No,
of course.
I think if I shout, my neighbours will probably bang on the wall.
Yeah, there's something.
The tech is going a little funky on us up here.
I just feel like
I was feeling that through there.
Why isn't it going to my speaker now?
There's always a problem with tech when I recall when I used to have music at church.
I'm gonna have to plug back in
speakers.
And we may have to either pull the camera out of the bedroom or.
Doesn't surprise me. Might she go hot out here?
So we can hear Jay, but we can't really hear everybody else. So he's just trying to work.
So I'm just gonna move the other.
There we go.
Yep.
This is thinking on your head.
All right.
Welcome
to the new loft cam.
That is technically minded at your best. Well done.
The whole time we were in the bedroom. No, as soon as we come out here, the camera goes again.
Yeah. So everything's good now?
We can hear you, my lovelies.
Yes.
Okay.
So just a moment ago, I don't know if the viewers could hear, Jay was standing right there and there was a flash of blue. You could see it stand right beside him.
Which is where the camera was sitting.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah. And like Shelley said, everything was fine when we were in that room. As soon as we came out, froze again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on, we've got these little balls that you can light up for us. Or do you just want to play around with our electrical stuff?
Make us sit.
Everyone is saying thank you and good job.
I do know a few moments ago, I very much felt like I feel Elsbeth, her energy right through here. But it's not just her. It feels like there's another child with her, but a smaller child that she was holding their hand. It feels like two children. I know she's not a child, but she's still childlike.
Well, that just gave me tingles all through
Me
my head.
too.
You're just saying that, like,
goosebumps.
and you know what? If Dad brought her here to play cards, I'm sure there were other kids here.
Interesting.
Yeah. But she keeps
Everyone is
telling me too,
picking
this
up
is set up
two
differently than the way that she would have seen it.
Oh,
There's something very different. This feels more like an attic space when she's up here. There's something, it's set up different. That's what she tells me. Yeah, it's just different.
Clara has just said that
Can you make
she's
some noise
yes,
for
definitely
us?
two
Let us know
children.
that you're on the stairs, please.
Girls. Hold on, sorry.
Clara has just said. Clara has just said that there are definitely 2 children, and I know someone commented earlier that they could hear 2 children. on
Definitely
top
2
of the
children
girl.
from the
Okay.
viewers.
That they're feeling?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you guys getting for age on Elspeth? Have you
14, 15.
14, and that's just last time we spoke to her.
okay.
She told us 14. And Kathy, I think you saw like long dark hair.
I did. I saw her literally right there in that doorway, and she would have been taller than me, maybe a bit shorter. And she had long dark hair, and I could see almost like I don't know if it was a flannel night dress or something on her. Yeah, but I couldn't see her face. It was very much like a dark silhouette when I saw her. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So what about the other child? What sort of age are we getting? Boy, girl?
I see 14 on the screen.
Like when I first went and sat down, I felt that young girl, she felt about 6, 7. She felt very young. Yeah.
I was gonna say 5.
I wonder if Elspeth had a sibling. Like, I wonder if Dad brought.
One of our viewers has asked one of their helpers to go over.
She's
and
nodding.
be
There's a
with.
yes connection to that. So yeah.
And that name that you got was.
So one of our viewers has asked their helper to come over and participate or
Thank you very much.
guide.
Appreciate that.
So if you want to shout out to the voice box, if Lucy,
I've had goosebumps since I came out.
If you want to ask for them, it's Lucy. If you want to talk through the spirit box.
Okay. Hi, Lucy.
Nothing from the spirit box.
Who's blocking our box here? We want to hear some voices.
I just keep feeling like cold.
Okay. Do you still have that?
Yeah.
Like,
So is Lucy a guide, you said, from somebody?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's nice, thank you.
That might have been our error, that the spirit
Okay.
box has been that quiet, so just a second here.
Certainly. It's always good to debunk things. That's what we do as we go through too, right?
Okay, I've shut off, so it's JBL.
But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because the electrical stuff up here is a little
Let me turn this down.
funny.
So to the little girls who are here in Elspeth, you can touch the balls to let us know that you're here. You can play with them, you can roll them, they light up. There's a couple on the table beside us. There's one on the landing. Did you see that movement down there? I don't see it. Just
Do I have to
seconds
compare
ago.
that? Just a second.
A few seconds ago, there was just a slight noise right down there.
Jay, is there a camera down in that area?
Not in the entryway now.
Okay.
Broadcasting, I'm sure it's making that noise.
Closest camera is the living room.
Oh, there it is.
Whoever was down there that we just heard, can you move towards the living room? You can see the light down there. Move towards the living room, just saw a flash, so that they can see you.
Did you hear that?
I just heard it
Okay,
again.
I heard a tink, like it was a,
And it's nothing house connected.
the box is back.
can you move into the living room and the viewers can see you on the camera?
So it comes in.
Yes.
Was that yes?
Yep.
Okay. I'm noting that the living room is almost pitch black now. So I'm going to turn lights on and turn them down.
Yeah, that's lovely.
But if it's dark though, Jay, they can see orbs better.
They can, and I'm going to turn it right down.
Okay.
So that it's just a very mild ambient light.
Elspeth, can you talk to us, dear?
We've got a question here. Clara has said, "Is
One
that a
question.
nursery attic?" Another one there.
So is this a nursery attic?
The large.
This was,
Another up here?
there was a nursery up here. Yes.
They were wondering if a mum was in there with whoever.
Wondering if the mom is in here with Elspeth or another child. Or if Elspeth is the mom and there is a child, I don't know.
Did the viewers see the flash in the living room? Was there a flash of light in there?
Did anybody at home see the flash? Make a comment. Let us know.
I think it's
Is it just the lights or?
the lights flickering because I have them dim.
Okay.
But they are on, so they can see the room.
So in a moment, we are going to do something called the Estes method. Some of you guys will know what it is, some of you won't. So Shelly's gonna be strapped in. She's gonna have noise canceling earphones on. She's not gonna be able to see us. She can't hear us. She's connected with the spirit box. We are gonna be in another room. So you'll see us on one camera, she'll be on another camera. We will be asking questions that she can't hear. So there's no influence to her. She is just regurgitating to us what is coming through in the spirit box. So this is something that a lot of teams these days actually do. We've had some incredible evidence come through with it. So,
And Shelley's actually done Estes sessions for some people in the United States to try to help them uncover the going-ons in their house and their property. So we call Shelley our resident expert with the Estes session.
Oh dear.
Wonderful, wonderful. Can I just clarify to everyone at
see
home?
anything in the living room yet or
Hold on,
feeling
Will.
anything?
If I could just clarify to everyone at home that you can now see the living room, because there's a couple of comments flashed. I think they might be historic, but if you could just confirm that you can now see the living room before they start, and then I won't have to interrupt them in this bit. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Okay, they're happy with the lighting in the living room.
Superb.
So which rooms are we gonna do the Estes from?
So Shelly, I think you should be in that bedroom.
Okay.
Close the door and we can be down in the living room.
Adrian, can I use your phone?
Yeah.
Do we want camera on, Shelley?
Yeah, so yes,
Camera on Shelley.
Okay, so
I do.
So just bear with us as we get this all set up, guys.
What do you have?
In actual fact, that might be a good moment for me to take a moment and just count one's nose before you start that, if that's all right, Richard.
We have this, Adrian.
Thank you. I'll be back in a moment.
It's
everyone.
good work. So we bought an adapter, that's a USB-C.
So, Richard, we're just kind of getting things set up. The team's moving down to the living room, as you can see, and then Shelley will move into the chair across from the master bedroom cameras while she's doing her session. We'll close the door, and the mic will be unmuted in the master bedroom, and I'll go down and unmute the mic in the living room for the team.
Where's the best place?
Right in the far chair. 10. Order turned on and start. And that's recording. And I'm going to unmute here, so you're going to be live, babe. Yes, you're So, Nick, for your reference, on the shelf here beside Shelley is a K2 EMF.
Excellent.
And Shelley's just getting set up for SDs. Do you want to wait till I come up and tap you in, or do you want to start on your own, babe? She can't hear me. She's got her noise canceling headset on, so she can't hear a word I'm saying.
Well, at least
do you
we know
want
it.
to wait until I tap you in, or?
Oh, okay, yeah, whenever you guys are ready. Sorry.
Brilliant.
Okay, I'm gonna go make sure the living room is set up for the team down here.
Excellent. Like I said, at least it proves that the sound cancellers really do work.
Yeah, the sound canceling is really good on that headset. All right, so right now you guys are kind of, well, I'm just from a, you can see what the visual is for.
Yes.
You guys are all out of camera. If you're sitting in the, we can swing the love seat around and this one around, so you guys can kind of face the. We'll stir spirit up real good here.
Homeowners.
All right, so I'm going to unmute here for you guys. Mute myself so we.
Right. So everybody, this should be good.
Okay.
It's going to be exciting.
And you're gonna be up with Shelley?
I will monitor back and forth.
Okay, perfect.
So Shelley's waiting for me to tap her in. And she's talking. You guys are live with. You won't be able to hear them, but you can.
Okay.
They can hear you.
You tell us when
We
it's
can
time to
hear
go.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk what we're hoping to get out of this? Let the audience know. Yeah. So what we're going to do is ask questions. We're going to ask them amongst the group to spirit, and then when Shelley's upstairs with her noise canceling, she can't hear us. She will answer whatever it is that the spirit box is telling her. So we're looking for question, answer, intelligence. Just very intelligent conversation between us and spirit. Okay.
Fabulous. Just in case you can't hear me. Yes.
And a lot of times as well, when you're doing the Estes method, I've done it before, you're hearing, if you're sensitive at all, you're hearing things that aren't just coming through the system, through that white noise, you're actually, through that clear audience, you can hear things. Okay. So you're just regurgitating everything that is coming to you. Yeah.
Excellent.
So, slight logistics issue. You guys aren't going to need for responses.
Yes, that's fine.
That's fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We don't need them. Yeah.
You'll just continue.
Just continue. Yeah.
Yeah, until you tell us to stop.
All right. So, 10 minutes.
This is.
Silly, go ahead.
Okay.
Well, everyone at home,
Yeah.
let's watch and
They
see
can
what.
hear
Audience can hear her. They can hear you.
Excellent.
What brings you here?
So who are we talking with tonight? Who can tell Shelley your name? We've had Thomas come through. Thomas, are you still with us?
He was leaving.
Who is leaving?
I don't see
Where-
anything.
Where's going?
Was Thomas leaving us for tonight, or was he leaving when he was here on Earth?
Amber?
Is there somebody connected here by the
Oh,
name
geez,
of
no.
Amber? And how would you be connected here?
Something went wrong.
So what went wrong, Amber?
I see all.
So can you tell us what you're seeing? Give us an indication of what we should know about.
Niceness.
Are you talking about somebody losing their life here?
No.
Okay, so tell us what happened then. And why are you here? Help us to make sense.
You know, there's a lot of history here on this property and in this house. And the homeowners would like to know what's going on. Can you help them understand?
Two.
Can you tell us who's standing in the room right here with us?
Help.
Feel them. Who is it? Why do they need our help?
And I just had a sound like people running. It almost sounded like they were running through the woods, and then it just said Jason.
It's kind of cool that we can hear her a little bit so we know what she's saying.
But she can't hear us.
No.
So who's Jason?
Look at this.
What did you find? Did you find something in the woods?
Come further.
How about you come to us, please? We can't follow you. You need to come to us and let us know.
Katie or Kate.
So who's
Kate,
Kate?
yeah.
Kate, you've talked to us a few times tonight, dear. Who are you and how old are you?
I just heard something. Just sounded like someone striking a match on a matchbox.
Kate, did you live here? Or did you come to visit?
You know the answer.
Can you tell us, please? That we can all hear? Just wondering
I'm
if
shy.
Is there any function where we could perhaps ask some of the questions from home?
I was wondering, is there a gentleman by the name of George that would like to come and talk to us?
I'm wondering if the
I just
viewers.
heard, Nick. Nick.
Oh,
I don't know.
So they absolutely relay them through me.
that's great.
So one of the questions was the attic used as a place to hide from people?
Was the attic
Fire?
used to hide from people?
She just said fire.
She just said.
Wow.
One of these houses actually burnt. So
Did you guys hear that?
fire makes sense.
Click. No. Footstep? Yeah. You heard that too.
Yes.
What's going on? Conversation.
So did they hide in the attic from
What's
angry
that?
adults?
The
The
kitchen.
actual-
Did they hide in the attic from angry adults?
No.
That's pretty definitive.
Yeah. Very.
Can you tell us who was just out in the kitchen, please? What's your name?
Jay, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm sure the viewers can. I'm feeling very. I am going to take these off.
That's not happening all the time.
No, that doesn't normally happen with Shay. See,
Sorry.
when you're in that space of pestis, you're very immersed. Yeah, and very vulnerable as well. Yeah, you've got them kind of coming at you from all
Yes.
sides. So yeah, it's always very important when you're doing that you're counted down, or that somebody is paying attention to the amount of time that you're under. It'd be just like trance, right? You need to because you are in a vulnerable state, you need to make sure that somebody is with you, that you're not doing this type of work alone. Very, very important.
Absolutely.
You okay, Shelley?
Yeah, I just was feeling like incredibly uncomfortable. Like, and I never feel uncomfortable doing Estes. Like, I was like, feeling like I was, just not comfortable at all. So I was like, no, I'm not waiting 10 minutes. I'm done.
Yeah, no, and Shelley did the right thing, guys. Can we ask you though, like, was it a sense of spirit, like just kind of rushing you, or was it
Kind of. So, like, I keep my eyes closed the whole time I'm in Estes. That some people blindfold, but I'm honest to myself. Anyway, I just felt like the whole time that, you know how like if you were sitting there and there's like people walking in front of you, I just literally felt like there was all these people walking in front of me. And I was like, yeah, no. Only because like typically when we do that, you guys are in the room, like, or at least close enough. But I was like, I feel very vulnerable right now, incredibly vulnerable.
by
So,
yourself?
yeah, so anyway, sorry, there wasn't a whole lot that.
Actually,
Yeah. It wasn't.
you directly answered more than one question.
One of them coming from the United Kingdom as well. Let's be honest.
So the viewers were really picking up on a lot in the attic, and about, is this a place where they would go hide? I know Shelley's words that came out were no, but obviously there's something very uncomfortable up there in that part of the house, right? And you were feeling that, Shelley, and feeling like, oh, I don't want to be up here alone. So I believe between what Shelley was feeling, what we were getting in that master bedroom, what we felt out in the loft area, there's a lot of energy up there in the upper levels of this house.
I felt threatened. Like I felt not, I don't know if threatened is the right word.
General?
Yeah.
What was that? Did anybody hear Mo?
I did.
I heard,
Yeah. It's
I can
something
hear it
for
through this as well.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
that Mo, did anybody?
I could hear it.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Okay, so Nick's saying he did hear it.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
None as
I
deaf
was
as a
figured
post.
if you moaned in my ear.
And he says he's as deaf as a post.
That's good. We're glad that you heard it too, Nick. I'm sure some of your viewers must have had as well.
I'm just gonna give her.
I don't hear that, by the way.
See if I can capture anything. Whoever's in the hallway, can you come and touch the machine in my hand and just make it go to red, please? We know you're here. We are well aware of your presence. Come close and just touch it. Just come close and put your energy to it. It'll turn a different color.
That's the key, or the spirit box. I just don't plug.
We heard you moan, so is there something that's bothering you? Are we interfering? We have no intention of interfering with you. We just wanted to get some answers. Sorry.
I'm fine.
Fine.
I'm fine. Is
Oh, you're fine.
that how old you guys thought the other little girl was? Was 5.
6, yeah. And you guys heard footsteps out here.
Oh, absolutely.
I hope the homeowners hear footsteps in this hallway. So are you upset that we're here? Do you know that? You just hear noises all around you.
Liked him. Liked him. Liked him.
People. She said.
People.
There's a little girl saying the people.
People at home watching, maybe saying hello.
Feel it?
I've got a full body.
Me too. I mean, I don't feel like I'm not afraid. I just feel like they're really close. Can you please make that light go to red just to show everyone that you're here? It's important that we see that you're here. And it's important that you understand that we just want to communicate with you.
And we're not hearing any changes.
Yeah, everyone's agreeing there's a strong energy around the attic. They're wondering if there were more than two children there, though.
I smell.
A question from the audience whether there were more than two children.
It smells like a or some it's not moving. It's not moving. No, there is something. I can smell it too. No. It's just, it might not be electrical, but you can smell something other than that candle.
Somebody at home smelt smoke earlier on in the evening.
Yeah.
Everyone's asking about was there a fire in the kitchen? Jay, can you just confirm for me the original building burned down, but this is a new build, yeah?
Sissy.
Sorry, I was in the other room there. That is correct.
Yeah. So the original building burned down.
Oh, that's interesting. Right. Was there anybody here when the original structure caught fire?
Thank you.
Did anybody die? Or I talked over that. Were there victims of the fire? Do you know the history of the fire, if there were any victims?
No, I know that when the fire happened, at that time, it was the purpose of it then was a hospice.
Okay.
So this whole structure, this door hole here, my understanding is was added. This was like almost 2 units, like two before.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's this structure. So I don't know what the hospice, but I know when it burnt, it was being used as a hospice. So there were a lot of people
would connect with maybe lots of children, there being a fire, which is what a lot of people are picking up from at home.
The beatings and
A lot of viewers are picking up fire and lots of children.
wow. Are they picking up that anybody perished in the fire? Just intuitively?
I think that's the general consensus and concern. There have been other questions about what happened to the children.
I did.
What's your name, honey? Who are you?
Statement come.
Oh, there's a little child.
I felt like she said they wouldn't come,
They
but
would.
they didn't come.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you okay, sweetie? Did you lose your life in the fire? He's like a little boy. So I feel the viewers that are picking up on numerous children, very, very accurate. Or maybe perhaps a lot of it was connected to this fire. Yeah. All little things. Yeah.
We also had one question that I think might be good to ask. Did Elsbeth find peace and forgive what happened to her?
So you were asking, did Elsbeth find peace and closure in what happened to her?
I feel like that answer to that is no. I don't think we're done working with Elspeth yet. When she came through the last time, that's when she asked for Kathy and wanted to talk to Kathy, which that wasn't the time Kathy saw her either.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like she definitely has unfinished business. And I don't think tonight, because we've not really, sat and talked with just her. There's been lots of spirit coming through, which is what happened over in the barn. That night at the barn, we were so bombarded with spirit, like it was just, you couldn't differentiate
to assume, but I do think we're gonna have to book a time to come back and really try and help Elspeth.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and she's so sweet. Like, you can, was that some of the lights? Did you get?
I saw some.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Um, she's very, very sweet. She's very childlike, but I'm not like, it's like childlike, but there's not childlike, like, oh, how would I
There's
even
a
put that?
maturity to
There's a maturity to her. There's a maturity of her understanding what actually happened to her. She knows her story. She's, to me, there's no confusion connected to her. It's just about as she's ready to share her story, the full story with us.
Do you think there's some level of, with you especially, she would feel more comfortable, I think, because she's asked for you specifically?
Yeah.
To share that at some point.
Absolutely. And no offense to the guys on the team and the viewers that are watching that are men, it's a very female oriented connection.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not sure if it's because she had difficulty trusting males in her life or exactly what that is. And it's not a hatred thing. Like I said, she's very sweet. It just feels the comfort level with a female. And I'm a mom. So perhaps that's part of what that is. You're a mom. Lots of us are moms on this team. So perhaps that's what it is. And she just feels safe. But yeah, there's definite work to do with Elspeth. Yeah.
If I could just give everybody an update at home, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of what we do.
Girls,
Just for your benefit and everyone's benefit at home, because we've been getting the questions, we're going to be live for about another 40 minutes or so. We're going to aim to finish about 10:30 because we really want to get as much opportunity out of this situation as we can. So for everyone at home, we're looking to finish around about 10:30 because I know we'll all need our cocoa and our Betty buys. These guys have got a lot more time in their evening than we have because of the time zone. But if I could ask a question, would you, is the spirit box still switched on?
Is the spirit box still on?
mine hit the limit as well.
Okay, we've run into some
Because I was going to say, if you want,
Here's the
if you want
story
a
of
question,
going to that. Back here about 4 weeks ago, my credit card was hacked and
So can we just pause for a second?
yeah.
I was just going to say, if you guys are up for it, if we could ask the question of the spirit box or some way of getting a response, if we were able to ask Elspeth if she would like all of us to send our friends and helpers and our healing thoughts to help her move forward as a mass group. One thing we've been doing over here at the moment is gathering at 9:30 for a silent minute, and I wondered if the collective spiritual source of everyone watching sending their healing to Elspeth, whether she'd appreciate that or welcome it, especially after what Kathy just said.
So why don't
Yes. I really gave you a big example there, didn't I?
this conversation.
Yeah.
Everybody there?
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Oh, right. I was just asking, and it was a bit much for Jay to translate across because I told you I talk for England. I was just wondering if there is a way for you to get a response with Spirit Box or something to actually ask Elspeth if she would like everyone who's watching to send their healing love and their healing energy to help her, or would it not be welcome, especially after what you've just said about that male-female connection? I mean, I could probably sit on the fence for either. She'd probably be all right with me, but that's by the by. But you know, the point is, if she's open to it, if she's able to answer through a spirit box, perhaps everyone at home on SPTV could send your direction healing energy for you to be able to be the source, the conduit, earthbound for us to aim for you to channel that through to Elspeth to see if we can help her.
Nick, I think that that's beautiful because I'm sure that all of your viewers have had that pulling on their heart with this beautiful soul tonight, such as we have as well. So, yeah, we can, if people want to hear it through the spirit box, we can connect to her through mediumship. However, people would like us to do that. It can be done either way. But if she's open to that and gives us her permission, then I think that that's a beautiful thing to do.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I know all of the comments coming through. People are already sending their guides and their thoughts out already. So, yeah, if you're able to ask, I think everyone would love to do that.
Yeah.
Even my own mother has just commented that she'd love to do that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Even my own mum, who's watching tonight, has said she'd love to join in too. So.
Thanks, Mom. That is beautiful. So we're going to set up the portal. Okay.
Yeah.
Set up the portal. The portal, Jay is actually, this is a thing that he has made so that we can have a nice, clear, it's reverb free, is it not?
For the most
part. Yeah. So that we're going to get that set up. We're going to go out in the kitchen and do that. So you guys can join us in there. We'll pull in Elspeth's energy. And then when that time is ready, as long as she agrees to that, then we can all do this together.
Fabulous. Brilliant.
Okay.
Let's go.
So, Jay, whilst that's all being set up, for those that might not know, what is the portal that you've created?
Let me swap my camera around.
There we are. Everybody, find a proper conversation with Jay, bless him.
So the portal is really, let me sit down and talk about this for half a second while everybody's getting set up.
Take a load off, mate. You've been wandering all night, bless you.
So what the portal is, when we talk through spirit, we understand that energy is being pulled into either our spirit box or the various systems and tools that we've put out there for the energy to interact with. And what I've built is, well, it's a series of electronic equipment that helps clear the audio, helps remove any distortion, and then pumps it out through a external speaker. So it's really the spirit box passing through electrical cables to a couple filters to clear things up, and then pump it out into a external speaker. So you can imagine that energy coming through the spirit box and being amplified or adjusted, or however spirit is interacting with that electronic equipment.
Pretty much a spiritual lightning rod.
One would like to think so, yeah.
Excellent.
Right, so
we can't see.
It is way too dark in here.
Squid
They can't
in
see
the
a darn
kitchen.
thing. So we're gonna turn on a small. Oh, wrong way.
That's better.
That's a backlight on everybody. We can probably also. Team likes working in the dark.
Yeah.
So how's that for?
Yeah, infrared next time.
Infrared. Well, we do have infrared camera. I've just never hooked it up to a live session, so I have no idea how we would have done that. But I'm going to switch.
Richard can help you because he had me under an infrared camera a couple of months ago.
Oh, awesome. I'll have to have a chat with him.
And I've got to tell you, Jay, someone has just described your portal as a spirit boom box.
A spirit boom box. All right, so I'm going to set the. I can figure out what I'm doing here. Set the gimbal down, and I'm going to set up the spirit box. You guys can hear us?
We can hear you.
Yeah, just give me a couple seconds to finish setting this up.
Some of them are more sensitive than others, but like. that just kind of shows you how much oomph it takes.
Alright, so spirit box. Wherever we're pumping through, let's plug in.
Momento s'il vous plaît.
I got my back to the camera. Hi, folks.
Okay.
Alright, so this guy is. Can't even see that.
You want to put on like?
Yeah.
Boy, let there be light.
Alright, so
Even that caught me out. Right, so whilst these guys are sorting this out for everyone at home, should Elspeth give permission? I'm back now, by the way. I had a dodgy wire. But should Elspeth give that permission, get yourselves ready to send out your healing thoughts. I'm actually gonna link in. Well, there you go. I'm gonna link in myself. So should Elspeth give that permission, please prepare yourself. Healing thoughts. Say a prayer. Send your focus. However you work, that's your time to work. Send your healing to Elspeth. So let's tune. I'll just link in myself and send my thoughts.
Sure.
That's a very good point. So Richard has just suggested about having on the table so that we could see.
That audio too loud.
There is one on the shelf there, and that's just gone off.
Alright.
Did you show the viewers actually what you made?
I did a description of it. Alright, so we're back all together here.
Excellent.
Do we want the light on or off now?
However you're happy, so long as we can see. If you can keep it on, that would be brilliant, because I know everyone would love to see you working in all your splendor.
They're really interested in seeing us work.
Elsa? Did you?
Yeah.
What's that? Just something to say, Elsa. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. It's just me.
It sounded like it.
All right, let's put our focus into content.
So we would ask all of your viewers at home just to join us in closing your eyes and coming into a place of heart. And let's call Elspeth, call her energy forward.
Kind to. Yeah. Hi. Is that you at the door? Just full of goosebumps. But it was very scary. Yeah, I was hearing it too. There's no road here.
There's a trail here, but that's like it's coming from
The river.
Elspeth, can you step forward here and let us know what's speaking into the box?
We are listening.
Go ahead, Elsa.
Male voices again. We ask all the gentlemen to step to the side. We would like to speak only with Elspeth. Step to the side, please.
Jay, just to let you know, we're not getting a full feed through from the spirit box. It cuts out intermittently.
We have so many people from around the world that want to help you. Elspeth, can you give us a yes or no? What wants or need our help, please?
Help me.
Okay.
Yeah, help me.
Did we all take that?
I think that's
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a yes.
Yeah.
I need help.
everybody at home. Let's start sending our collective thoughts and healing to Elspeth.
Let's ask everybody at home to start sending their thoughts and healing.
Thank you, everyone.
Elspeth, we hold this sacred safe space for you. You can back off. Elspeth, we hold this sacred safe space for you here. We send you so much love and healing in this life, other lives you have had, perhaps, that your heart, anything that has gone on to you, we ask for healing in those moments, healing for your family, that you can move forward in your soulful journey that you so lovingly deserve.
What did you hear?
What is it? I don't know. We felt it in the table earlier. Yeah. It's a vibration.
It is strong.
So, we've taken a moment for Elspeth. Where do we want?
I think we should have a discussion about once we've closed out protection, how we protect ourselves to ensure that, the homeowners are safe, that we leave here safely. So we understand what our process is.
Can you shut that off, Richard?
Okay.
That was lovely. Thank you, everybody at home. I felt it in my heart. And you felt the vibration. And the cat ball went off. Yeah, it felt real. It felt palpable.
That's the love of the SPTV family. Welcome to it, by the way, guys.
Normally, before we start, I guess we do this, and we never mentioned this at the beginning, so our apologies. We just kind of go into our. And a lot of times they'll call in, protection, blessings upon the team before we get started, and especially going into a place that kind of maybe has us a little bit apprehensive or nervous at all. So, a lot of times we'll go, because we find if anyone has anything that happens to them, a lot of times it happens on their backs. So we put little sigils or whatever, blessings upon the team members' backs before we ever go in.
Oh, yeah, and then depending on the place and location, there are times when we know this isn't that location in particular. We've come here with, it seems like we know there's happenings here, but spirit in this does not bother the things that we've been told. So we didn't feel like we needed to bring the extra protection that we would take on a different investigation. So there have been times when we investigated prisons. There are known convicts and known attacks, and we at that point would bring some holy water and a cross that has been left by a.
We have them with us.
We do. Yeah, we have. We use them when we feel it's required. I think in this instance, from the amount of times that they've been here mostly. I haven't been here that much, but in this instance, it doesn't feel like we would need that level of protection. We're just trying to find answers. And it's this house and the property has a long history of trauma and I don't know, abuse. There's been murders. And even though that sounds horrifying, I mean, this happens, you know, pretty much all over the world. And in this case, we just want to find answers from the homeowners. So for our closeout, what we would do is just go around, say a prayer, depending on who wants to do the closing session, and just make sure nothing is on them. We would cleanse the house and ask that everything remain here and to keep the family protected.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
we're very much about anything that's still here, like, you gotta stay here, not following us home, anything like that.
Yeah, the homeowners have not asked us to cleanse the house. We would do our best to make sure that somebody like Elizabeth would want that release if that's what she had asked for.
Yeah.
So I've turned the mic on here so the team can hear you, Nick.
Brilliant. So yeah, thank you so much. It has been absolutely fascinating, and I know everyone at home will want to be part of the closing prayer closeout that you do, which we've still got a little bit of time left. So I know there'll be some other questions coming through, and this is obviously everyone at home. This is your time to ask any questions. There's been a lot of comments in the messages that have been coming forward about the emotion that has been felt when they were sending out the healing. There's been a few tears. There's a whole lot of love. And I think I can speak on behalf of the whole SPTV family when I say to you guys, welcome to the family. You are probably stuck with us now. And I know that there will be a bit of crossover because that's how our band of merry mediums work. And I know that you when you were speaking a few moments ago, you could feel the warmth and compassion that was being sent out. And I know that there was a little bit of a moment there where some of the sound was cutting out, where we didn't hear everything, but we definitely heard some positive responses in that as well. So that's a good thing. How many times you've obviously been here? Did you say once or twice before? How many times are you expecting to go back, or
Yes,
have you
this
not
would be
planned
our
that?
third time actually investigating here. We've spent time here just kind of feeling around without doing like a full-on investigation before. But I mean, you know, one of the things that we understand within the paranormal is the more times that we're in a place or the more time that we spend here, the more that the energy starts to build. Perhaps there's energies even that wouldn't have wanted to talk to us at first, that start to trust us, get to know us. So, I mean, really, you know, I feel we've done an amazing thing here tonight with Elspeth, with thanks for all of you guys. But there's more to be done here. You know, this land needs so much healing. So, yeah, to me, when you ask that question, Nick, I would say, you know, numerous times, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and your point actually about them getting used to you, I'm reminded that there was a time where we were described to have familiar spirits. Well, we are spirits too, get familiar with us, and that's where that trust builds. You know, so, and certainly you've got a lot of love and a lot of support coming from here. Linda says, love you guys, love the work you do, hope we hear how it all ends up. So you've got to keep us all posted. And I'll read you a few more comments as they come through. But so obviously there is that familiarity in this property, and you spoke about how you do your protections, how you know, cleanse yourselves and make sure nothing comes home. Has there been anywhere, just between you, me and the SPTV family, has there been anywhere that you'd rather wished you hadn't been?
Wish we didn't go back to, or hope we don't go back to.
There is a farm home that's in our province that we did go to visit. it was a little scary. Shelly literally had a scratch. Oh, what, it was at least halfway up her back, right down to the bottom of her hip area. Where she really kind of became someone that isn't really like her. So we've had those moments. What about you guys?
I've loved everywhere we went.
Lake Utopia with you.
Yes.
If the car had been in park, I'm sure I'd have ruined the transmission trying to get it out of park.
So just a quick interesting story for you. There was a Sergeant Thomas Hutchings, and he was from somewhere in England. He came over here with the RAF to train to go over to World War II. We've done work with Thomas, and the first time we ever saw him was out in Camp Utopia. It was actually really scary there. He sort of warned us, we gotta go. But we've gotten to know Thomas, and Thomas was accused of murdering a woman here in New Brunswick, never made it home. He was put to death. And we're actually working on a documentary with Thomas. We feel that he was wrongfully convicted and put to death. So, but the first time we met him was a little scary. But he's a kind soul.
Yeah, I mean, from the experiences, and this is really a good point, and I think it needs underpinning. Thank you for making it. Although I've not done paranormal investigations, I've gone and done what we would call rescue work. Some people would call it exorcism, but the only exercise I get is walking up the stairs. When I've gone and done rescues, there's always these descriptions of really angry, negative spirits. 9 times out of 10, the reason they've been aggressive is because they've been ignored. And when they get that acknowledgement, when they get that support, when they get that healing, they stop being aggressive and start responding. Just like the way you've built that familiarity with the property that you're in right now. It's all about acknowledgement and that need to communicate. So you're absolutely right on that score, and I'm totally with you. Dawny Walden has just said a brilliant evening, really enjoyed it. Thank you for letting us be a part of your work. And there's 2 big red hearts there as well. I don't know if you can see it on the screen there. But yeah, it is a really valid point that 9 times out of 10, they're not angry, they're just wound up that you're not listening. I'm certainly going to do a little bit with spirit boxes because you got me hooked on them. I will be honest with you.
Well, the intelligent conversations that you can have with them.
Yeah, so I will definitely be looking into those. And I know we've got someone watching who's done a lot of work with spirit boxes. Hi, Julie, by the way. And so, yeah, everyone's absolutely loved it today. We've got around about 15 minutes left. So did you want to do the closeout and see if you've got any stories that you want to share with us? Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah. You're gonna he's the resident close out lady.
All right, so I'll just have everybody close their eyes and come into their heart space. And we love to work with Archangel Michael, that beautiful energy. So Archangel Michael, we thank you for this opportunity to be here this evening, to work with spirit. Always such an honor to hear their stories, to listen to their voice, to listen to their needs, to be there acting as their voice for them. Thank you so much for our beautiful time with Elspeth. We appreciate you so much, Elspeth, and we send you so much love to you and to your family. And we ask that any energies that are still here that, that need to transform into something else, that as we close this time out, we hold that space for you. We encourage you to with your heart, to continue on that soulful journey, and we send all spirits back to where they belong. Thank you. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Wonderful. Absolutely, yes, absolutely. So, Soul Compass, what's next for you?
Oh, you tell me. I haven't been there before.
So what's next for us? We want to do a lot of travel, actually. Last summer, we went to the U.S. and actually joined some dear friends of ours from that we met at the Arthur Findlay College that do this work down in Minnesota. Or no, not Minnesota, Missouri,
Missouri.
sorry. And yeah, so we did a bit of traveling. So Caitlin, Melanie, and myself were the founding members of the team. So we're always kind of looking at different things that we'd like to do. And I know we've talked about coming over to the UK. I'd move there in a heartbeat if I could. I want to go to the Ram's Head Inn, the ancient Ram's Head Inn.
Yes.
Yes. Have you been there?
I haven't. I actually live 4 miles north of Ely in Cambridgeshire, where it is reported to have a street that is the most haunted street in England. So if you ever do come over this way, I don't know how much you know about, obviously, England and my area, but we live in the shadow of Ely Cathedral, and Oliver Cromwell's house is in the shadow of the Ely Cathedral, and the same distance that the house is from Ely Cathedral is where the most haunted street in England is. So I've had my fair share of activity. I did go through some experiences when I was a teenager, which is why I'm always very guarded in situations where I'm going in blind. And Yvonne Dickinson, I live near Ely. We're quite close to each other, and you never even knew it. So yeah, Ely in Cambridgeshire has got the most haunted street in England. So if you ever do come over, there you go. You could come and see that. Well, absolutely yes. What I can't do in lodgings, I can make up for in making good pasta bakes. So I'll cook for you. But yeah, it is a really, really interesting thing that you do. And although I've never done it before, I think I might be getting a bit of a taste for it now. So thank you for introducing me to it. And I know everyone watching at home has really, really appreciated what you've done for us tonight. I've got a sneaking suspicion you might be doing it again, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see if the moons line up for that one. But I know everyone at home has thoroughly enjoyed themselves. Thank you for your honesty, or the genuine way in which you do your work. It is always a concern of mine, and the fact that you have done what you have done in the way you have done it has really thrilled me. In particular, right from the very get-go, when there was a ball started flashing and someone said, "Did you say that? See that? No, don't worry, it was me." I thought that really, really was a great start for me, because it shows a real truth to the work you do, and a real compassion, especially the way you have and she has adopted each other, and that of course is Elspeth. You know, and I know that she feels much better for what's happened tonight, and everyone was sending their love, not just to her but to you guys as well, for the work you do. So from all of us here, thank you so very, very much.
Thank you. That was very kind.
Yes, we love what we do. We feel very blessed to be called to do this type of work, all of us. We say it all the time, and we love spending time together too.
Brilliant. Thank you. Jennifer Allen says, "Good night, friends. Blessed be." Mum has already said that she wants to see you again. Christine Davis, talking of Elsbeth, she's much better. Natalie Bentley, thank you. Spiritual Psychics TV, we do have our own paranormal investigation equipment as well. So there we go. That one was from the boss himself. So,
Wow.
and I know his infrared cameras work because he used them on me. If Dickinson loved light, hope it all goes well. So the love of the SPTV family, you are stuck with us now. All right,
I love that. I do want to say we have Caitlin is actually our video producer. Some wonderful episodes on YouTube, Soul Compass Paranormal. If anyone would like to watch some of the work that we've done, we'd love to share it. So yeah, Kate's got some great videos.
Well, watch out for a YouTube channel sharing you, because I'm definitely going to put you on my list right next to SPTV.
Oh, thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
And I'm very picky, so Holden says Donnie Walden says 100% would love to see you see more work from you guys. So the family have decided. Clara has said 2 big red hearts. Siobhan O'Rourke, beautiful evening. You know what? This is what this is all about. You know what I didn't tell you right at the very beginning. This way of life is my full-time commitment. It's my vocation. As an ordained minister, I get very, very protective of it, and I've got to say it's been an absolute privilege watching you guys work tonight. So thank you.
Wow, thank you.
And I'm, like I said, I'm a picky old queen. So thank you to you, and we're going to say goodnight, everybody. Everyone at home, thank you for being part of this. Thank you all at home for sending out your love and your thoughts to Elsbeth. It has been a really brilliant night. I've loved sharing it with you all. But from everyone over in Soul Compass, from Richard, from myself, from everyone at SPTV, to all of you lovely souls at home, good night, God bless, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Many blessings.